Hello, friends. Hello, buddies. Hello, moderators. It is yet another beautiful day of game devin. Who could have predicted this? Another one? I know, right? Wow. I'm thinking. Well, anyway. Let's get right into the news. What are we doing today? You guys might notice I have started work on a little dungeon area. You know what? Before I forget, because I know I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now, I need to announce the live stream. I've started working on the dungeon area. I think today is going to be a quite slow and sleepy day. I'm officially rebranding. This game is called Sleepy Quest. This is the level right now in Blender. It has not been textured yet. I will say, I actually have not put that much thought into what this level is going to look like. Admittedly. we're going to go into phase. So I'm just kind of wanting to get like, I don't know, just some geometry, make pretty later. I honestly have no clue what kind of like level I want to have. Not even the slightest clue. And bridge. No. Select edges. Mark sharp. Well, we're learning as we go, kind of how things are, how they should be. You don't seem to have purpose. There we go. All right. I find this part pretty tedious. Or at least I am so far finding it pretty tedious. What's good? Not bustly. I don't know how long ago you got here, but trying to figure out some kind of flow for making the dungeon map. I have a couple like area themes in mind. I kind of want to divide it into a couple, a couple different kinds of place. But I'm really not sure yet how I'm gonna go about this part of the game. So this is unexplored territory we're in right now. I know that I'm gonna have to make things a separate mesh eventually, but I don't know when that's going to become like a good idea. I have no clue. Are you gonna try procedural generation? I don't think so. There's some procedural elements I might want, like for example, so the main, like for this part of the game, the main thing is you go around and you're hunting for animals and robots, and you blow them up and you collect your meat, right? Um, that's, that to me that's somewhat reasonable. Um, and that's like a very reasonable thing to make procedural is, okay, sometimes the animals spawn, I have a bunch of spawn locations. And sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. So that's kind of my idea. Uh, Among other things, there's the ladder that you have to escape for. And I think that's a pretty obvious thing to like, mix up its location. Not let you just like know where it is and run to it. Um, and maybe whenever you do find one, you have to make a mental note in your head, like, okay, this is a place where they are able to spawn. Uh, so you kind of get used to it. Like, let you figure out a rhythm. Maybe the only other thing I can think of is like maybe some doors. Like maybe some places that have openings like this. Maybe sometimes they're like blocked off and you can't get through. I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm gonna make a new material. We're gonna call it. See if there's any textures we already want. Can I get thumbnails? There we go. Maybe this one will make a good floor. I want a floor, I want a wall, and I want a ceiling. Sure. What's good, Nut Bustly? Or what's good, Torwall? I'm trying to like figure out some rhythm for making levels right now. I was literally just talking about it. Select similar normal, by floor, and then how are we gonna select walls? I know what we do. First we do the walls and the ceiling. What's the ceiling? What the hell does a ceiling look like? The ceiling. My ceiling is the same as my fucking wall. What does a ceiling look like? Color, open, on our textures. What's a good ceiling? About to apply for an internship at Riot Games to work on 2XKO. Aw. You gonna fuck with them, huh? You gonna make them learn, boy. You gonna make them learn. I got you. I ain't gonna pretend. Does that mean no more game devin streams? Oh, no more game devin. No more indie games. Only AAA games. That make me sad. I ain't gonna lie to you, Torbal. That make me sad. If that means you ain't gonna be game devin no more. Where is floor, ceiling, wall? Now I know how to select a ceiling. First of all, you're a floor. Then I go here, select similar normal. We're now ceiling. Yep. What? Select similar normal or ceiling. Okay. Now. Sorry guys, I sneezed. Select similar normal. Now we invert our selection and everything else is going to be a wall. We're going to add a texture node. Image texture. What's a good wall? What is a good wall texture? Have one? Popcorn? Let's see how this ends up. Let's do a box. Unwrap. Do box unwrap. Do projection. Control Z. Let's export. Y'all typing. Let me just export this and then I'll read. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be freaking out about Mixamo messing up the shoulders. Oh, Bustle, you gotta post screenshots of your shit. I wanna see it. I wanna see some screenshots. I just found this out the other day, and I don't know how I missed it, but the snipping tool has a fucking video mode. I didn't know about that. That's useful. I'm just pointing it out. I fit most of the qualifications except for knowing blueprints and C++ in Unreal. I feel like those are the two biggest ones. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I feel like those are pretty important. But hey, maybe you should be. Maybe that's a sign for you to be Unreal maxing. Who knows? I want to make something good. So far, this ain't that good. Make local mesh. Let's hop in here and see what's going on. Not gonna stop streaming though. If anything, I'll only have one job by then. I see. I've been using the video mode to report you to the government. No. No, not Busley, no. Ah. It's okay. It's okay. I'm mad. I see you got detected as a ceiling somehow. You got detected as a wall. What's good, Joey Chimney? We're beginning work on the dungeon area of this game. I feel like there's something I'm missing, like a part of my skill set I'm missing. I never actually done leveled stuff like this, believe it or not. So this is what we're doing right now. This is the first time. Normally I'd be satisfied with a game that just looks bad, but I do think I want to like really try to make something that looks, you know, presentable. Pretty good. I'll still be working on it. Nice. Look at that. The whole gang is back together. There you go. I made the chat bigger in my shit. Maybe it's a little ambitious, but I think something that might be fun is like a little fishing. Like maybe there's a pond somewhere in here and you can go fishing. I don't want to get too over. I'm already pretty over my head with this game, but if it turns out to be like within my grasp, I would like to do a kind of little fishing thing. Hmm. If y'all have any suggestions, I am completely open to them. The first thing I think I'm gonna do is I'm noticing I can pretty much never see the ceiling. So actually, I don't think I need any of this stuff at all. At least not now. Not at all. I got a week to do this project. Did you try doing a 2D blueprint first? That's kind of what I was doing. And that's kind of what like you can see this is pretty much a 2D, you know, area. Right now I'm just kind of trying to figure out like what is fun to just walk around in. And I only know it can be so fun. And right now I'm not sure. You do move very slowly in this game. And I want to figure out how can you be both slow but not like angry. So I don't know. I'm still thinking about like what movement thing I want you to do. I might just keep some form of this teleport, but I do want it to be fun still. Hold on, I have to. It's like how I did my homework. Like an overhead of the map. You can even use text to point out what will be where. Yeah. I'm wondering if. Okay, this is. I'm somewhat okay with how this is so far. I think I have an idea that I think is gonna help. which is I'm just gonna make a fucking cube. Now don't worry, I'm not black pilling. I'm not black pilling, but I am gonna make a cube for me to just like play with things, kind of like a dude. What the fuck am I? Okay, 3D cursor mode. Just like to test things out. Like explicitly, like this is a place for debugging area. I start streaming again this week. I'm doing a collab with someone. Nice. That's good. So let me, I don't know, Engine 0. Let's get a texture on here. Something at least a little pleasant to look at, because we're going to be looking at it quite a lot. There you go. I was about to fucking ask, how do you unwrap again? Cube project. There you go. And we're gonna export this. And then as we need to test things out, we're just gonna put it in here. If y'all have any, like, I said this earlier, but since there's more people here now, if anyone has like ideas, I'm completely open. Like for areas in this dungeon. Because I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really given it that much thought. Where's my maps? Maps. Duplicate. We're gonna call you playtest. I tried to find the Killmonger cut for one of the characters. Tell me why that shit is $40 for the model. What was it, like a 3D print? Like not I know like not literally a 3D print, but like a model that they make for people to 3D print, because I know those usually cost money. And that pisses me off too, I'm not even gonna lie, that shit. Then again, it also pisses me off when people fucking sell software for money, so maybe I'm not the most reliable source. Let's view collision. Static body chart. There you go. I'm gonna learn Blender just out of spite, yeah. I mean, I think it's worth it. Project settings, we're gonna make this one the default. Playtest. And then the first two things I'm going to put in here are the door. No, not the door. Exit and the entrance. I already have an exit. There's not an entrance. This is the dungeon entrance. This is the exit. Over here. Maybe we could work on that ladder model, make it more pretty. I think we can do that today. Have a little relaxing Blender day. We've been doing a lot of programming lately, haven't we? So maybe just a little as a treat. A little as a treat. Blender day. Okay. Let me just import. Let's import something just for reference. I wonder if there's any better ideas for like what the escape should be, because right now it's just a ladder. It was a model for a VTuber avatar. Okay, Gradim. I got you, Gradim. Okay, this is our reference. Ugh, scary. Ah, scary. This is going to be a ladder. It needs to face this way, so we're going to put her right here. We're going to put cylinder here with 8 sides. Add mesh cylinder. We're going to not fill. What about like an open freight elevator? And like you get on it. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. I do like that idea. Actually noticing I'm kind of doing this wrong. Select. Let's checker deselect. And that is how you make a cube. I think, yeah, I don't know, would it be confusing to have multiple types of an exit? That'd be too confusing for people? Could be a tight. I think I should make these wider. I think these can go out a little more. Go in this mode. Those in the middle of that. There we go. We're getting some work done. How are we doing so far? I'm gonna go something like this, and then we are going to checker deselect. Give it some depth. Let's see. Give it some of a like kind of a unique shape. I'm putting a couple details here at the back so that you can hopefully, you know, while you're actually in the dungeon, it'll give you some help in like figuring out how this ladder is oriented. So I'm adding a thin tube here and a larger one next to it. And I hope that it'll help. Who knows? Here I'm about to do that thing I've done before, where I give the rotation a little twist, or I give it a little twist while it's going up, which will help to make it look more round than it really is. Bridge edge loops by just a little twist. A little twist. Facts. Have you seen that video of the lady and the grapefruit? There's two videos of a lady. There's a white lady with a grapefruit and there's a black lady with a grapefruit. I believe you're talking about the black one. Actually, I think we can replace this with a key. I did not know there was a white one. There's... No, I'm thinking... Okay, yes, I know which video you're talking about. I was thinking about the white lady that said, "No more pomegranates!" But that's the wrong one. I know. I'm very aware of the black lady that advocates for grapefruit technique. Although I must say I'm a little skeptical. I'm a little skeptical. Such good OSTs. Frankly, these are good OSTs. I'll get squished down here. What's going on? I've seen that one. Yeah. I want to play the black lady with the pomegranate thing, but I'm kind of worried. I'm kind of worried. No one being quiet, but I am. What can I say? I'm enjoying these OSTs. It is a death sentence to be quiet on this website, but sometimes white boys with game don't got shit to say. And I think it's fine, honestly. Mesh. Rude. I know what some of you are thinking. What are you, a Mario brother? And you would be wrong. We're doing something else. We're doing something else with this trust. We're providing extra details that really weren't asked of us. I wanted to ask, actually, I have a question for anyone that's here. Have y'all noticed fucking YouTube videos will like if you click on a video that's musical, it'll automatically like redirect you. It'll create and redirect you to a playlist. I've noticed that. And it kind of pisses me off. I'm not a fan of that. That looks nice. See if we can check or deselect only these crevices. We can, and now we can do something like this. I'll make those crevices much more pronounced. Hey, what's good? What's good, Benji Pixel? We're working on a model right now for a ladder. Because the old one was kinda stinky. Call that ladder 1. So who knows if we'll have 2. I don't know if I told you, but I'm not working on the project anymore as I want to start fresh and learn to code. So I made Pong and plan to make other games and learn C#. Huh. So wait, you weren't doing any programming before? I would say, I mean, if it's because you want to learn to, you know, be a better programmer, I'm all for it. Working on something for a little bit and restarting is, I think it's kind of the process. I know very little C#. What were you doing before? I'm curious. And that didn't really learn for me, so I'm doing it differently. I got you. If your goal is just to like become a better programmer, I would again, it's shilling time. It's shilling time. Get started with raylib. I don't know why you. I know Unity uses C#, but if you have some other reason to use C#, I would not personally advocate for C#. I would never personally advocate for C#, but it is worth noting. C# is a supported language by raylib, as you can see here. There are C# bindings for raylib. However, there are also Go bindings for raylib. There are also Lua, Python, Rust, Zig, all whatever language you want. There's a raylib binding for it. So if your goal is to become a better programmer, I cannot recommend raylib enough. Being completely honest with you, Unity and Godot is not going to take you that far in terms of becoming a good programmer. To my observation, of course. To the extent of my ability. Observe. I'm learning to C# to use Unity. I like Unity. Okay. Yeah, then in that case, I can't even fault you that much. Unreal will, though. Will it now? Are the rumors true? I think there's some aspects in which Unreal would probably make it even harder. Although Unreal does use C++, it uses C++, but talking with, because Joey's an Unreal guy and I was talking with him about it, it doesn't seem like you're able to bypass the C++, or bypass the blueprints, which, ooh, That hurts. But if that's not correct and there is a way to like get around the blueprints, maybe it is a really good choice. Not ceramic. It should be like metal. Other two metal 1.jpegs. Even though I didn't learn coding, I understood like 80%. I see. I'm kind of the opposite. Like, all of my experience doing things has kind of all been dedicated to like learning how to program, and then I know pretty much nothing about how to use like Godot. I don't know anything about Godot's like what buttons. I don't know what all the buttons do. Which I don't say that to like show off. I do still need to know what the buttons do. I just don't. How's that looking? Not very good. Trippy, but not cool. Yeah, I think it's time to collect more textures, perhaps. Old metal. Oh, metal one. One. Texture. Image texture. I mean, 80% of Unity not coding. Yeah, you're fine. Yeah. I'm the opposite way. That's all I was saying, is I'm the opposite. I learned... I'm not gonna say I learned all the coding stuff, but I've learned enough. I've learned a sufficient amount of the coding stuff. And an insufficient amount of the engine specific stuff. Let's go on that textures website. Have you played Pal World? I fucking hate Pal World, and I want every Pal World involved. Any person who was involved with the creation of Pal World. I'm not gonna finish that sentence. I've highly disliked Pal World, and I want bad things to happen to the people who made it. I fucking hate Pal World so much. That's a shitty game. I love Pal World. Well, I'm sorry, but I fucking hate that game so much. There's not an ounce of love in that game. Where was that textures website? Let me on my history. Oh. Like Arc, all of adventure stuff, yeah. I find it to be the kind of game where the person who made it, there's no doubt in my mind, everyone who worked on that game with extreme prejudice looks down on the people who play their game. And there's absolutely zero doubt about that in my mind. Which is fine for the people who play it, but for the people who made it, I think that they should be put somewhere. I think they should be relocated. I mean, think of all the electricity they wasted. All the electricity they wasted making that video game. I hate them. I hate them so much. And everything that they get is well deserved. Looking for a little... One's pretty. Gives me that's for free. Gives me that's for free. I'm looking for textures right now. Let's bring this into our assets folder. Documents, GitHub, Gamma. There we go. And this is a little better. Metal 2. Let's clean up. Metal 3. Wonderful, wonderful. Ding, 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 ding. We'll see what this looks like in game. Yeah. Export. Assets. Textures, go in textures. Data. Include visible objects. Means me. Not you. Include visible objects. There we go. Let's see how this looks in game. Exit. better one. Mesh. That. This here. Local. Why are you still pretending to be multiple objects? Hmm. Hmm. Why are you not importing correctly? You were paying for this! Now I'm being trolled. Yes. There we go. Why are you broken? What? I'm gonna reopen Godot. Oh, the horror. Oh, the horror. There we go. Now give me that. Not a tri-mesh. Give me a single convex. It was precisely what I want. Huh? Now let's play the game. How do you look? You do look like a ladder. Um, um. Hmm. I want to give this like a little light shines down. That's better. Oops. Oops. I wonder what is going on there. It's supposed to return when it changes the scene. And that makes me wonder, does it become visible when the scene is changing? We're gonna do a test. Going to reduce this to 10. And then we're gonna see. So after 10 seconds, we will see if my hypothesis is correct. It is not. So it does have to do with interacting. Okay. How could it though? I'm doing early returns. The only thing I could think is that I'm not. It must be making the text box visible no matter what? Is that it? Let's see. That has to be it. It must be making the text box visible no matter what. If you just pressed interact, we execute the function. Okay, what does that function look like? Definition. If the dialog box is visible, which at that point it's not, so we skip, we always play the sound. Oh, I don't want your... We always play the sound, and we always spawn this box. Okay. And then for each interactable that's in the scene, if you're null, we skip. If your position is within the box, we run you. And we return. Okay. What is going on? Huh. So what is going on that is making it visible? It is being visible no matter what. Why is that happening? What about ending the scene is making it visible? Does this fix it? So it seems to sometimes happen, sometimes not. Why is that happening? Must be the order? I have no clue. Does it have to do, like if I do this for example, is that gonna help? If it does help, okay, I'm glad it didn't help, because if that did help, I was gonna be really angry. Hmm. Could it be? Hold on. I really fuck with the only movement being the aura walk and the teleport. Yeah, I'm thinking about how to. I think it's gonna be interesting to see how it is like still fun. Um, the biggest thing I can think of is make it so that you hold down the teleport. You hold down the teleport and that increases the range. Um, hmm. That's what I'm thinking. Like it'll slowly just move forward, and you just jump forward. Uh, I have a couple ideas. I have a couple ideas for how I want the teleport to work. The first one is to literally just like copy instant transmission and have her put her like fingers up on her head, which would be really funny. It would be really funny. It would look really cool. The other idea, I need it to be something to do with your left hand. I think it should be to do with your left hand just because I want you to be able to move around while you're doing this. Hmm, my bad. Um, but another idea I had was that she like uh slams her like fist against her helmet. Do a Zato thing where there's a little shadow where you will know you will end up. Yeah. I was thinking more, I was thinking about just like a fucking circle, but that also works. That would also be good. You know what it could be? It doesn't, it could be something. Hold on, let me get my pictures folder. It could be a, who says it can't be a light source? I'm partially jesting, but maybe that is a good idea. Isn't it crazy? This is technically concept art for this game. This counts as concept art, I think. This is also concept art. Fire, yeah. Anyway, I think the idea I like the best now is the one where she like kind of reels her head back a little bit, reels the arm back a little bit, and then she just fucking hits her helmet as hard as possible and that teleports her. Should do like 10 minutes of drawing every stream. I want to do that when I get to like, I mean, there were a few streams where I would start with 10 minutes of just like drawing boxes and like doing all the like exercises. 10 minutes of like actually drawing a picture. I'm being real. I'm not really there yet. Like I know it's not impressive looking. What is this? I'm being real, this took me hours. I'm being honest, this took me hours. This was not a quick session. So I do want to get to like a certain point before I start like doing that as a live stream thing. But I do want to get to that point. I'm also cognizant that like, oh, I'll never be satisfied, which is also true. Something I need to account for. But yeah, this took me fucking like 2 or 3 hours. So if I was able to do stuff like this quickly, I would totally do it. This one is, I haven't even like rendered this into a PNG yet, or a JPEG. This one's taken a long time too. Fucking snow cone, apple, snow cone, apple, froglet. Anyway, I need to get back to game then. You did more perspective than a lot of character artists even attempted in years. I think it's important. I don't know, it's the only thing, I don't think I've learned anything else. I wonder if that's weird. I guess it is weird. I know nothing about how to draw except for like how to draw a cube. Why is it doing that? I'm really wanting to figure out. Is there like a slow... I can go frame by frame. That's the most important? Mm-hmm. You see, it's there for a frame. Why is it there for a frame? Damn it. Let me log this. Man, I need to know draw now to be better. Hmm. I need to go into my physics process. No, I need to go into the regular process. Where is it? Ready process. And I'm gonna cheat. Current scene. Why is this happening? Because it's really bothering me now. Failed to build. Damn it. Also print the time since scene length. There you go, now I can get rid of this. I know seems really pedantic, but it's actually pretty important that I figure this out. That told me nothing. That told me very little. Ah, what even is this? I think I'm led to believe that this is not... Okay, so what I'm led to believe is that this is not it being made visible while we're ending the scene. It's when we start the scene, it's visible for a second, which is weird because it's not visible right then when we start it for the first time. So we're going to do a dialog box node visible. If you're visible, when we initialize you, you're not visible. Is there a frame where you're not? There's a frame where it's not initialized. There's one frame where it's not initialized. Okay. That has to be it. There's no way it's not. The initialization seems to... Okay, it is instant on the first boot because there was no current frame in it. Okay. I'm beginning to understand my game better. So I think I need to do this in every level, is make this invisible. And then just make it invisible by default. Let's see what happens now. That worked. Is anyone streaming tonight? I'm streaming. It's nighttime. I'm streaming. I'm doing a live stream. I'm doing a live stream. Oh, the horror. It's texting, man. What the fuck? Fuck away from me. Who's texting me? Get this shit away from me. Wonderful. Wonderful news. Alright. What do we do now? We just solved a pretty big problem. I know I'm kind of dreading it, but sooner or later we're gonna have to restart on Slink's model and her rig and her animations, which I'm kind of dreading, but it's looking like we're gonna have to get there somewhat soon. Gonna have to animate her with her gun. We're gonna have to do more dialogue stuff, specifically being able to choose between different dialogue options, which I'm not too hyped for. That seems like a big jump in complexity. I'm hmm. Hmm. It would be what? It would be two like linked arrays. It would be a linked array of actions and a linked array of. Would it even have to be actions? Could it be? I think it would have to be. It would be a linked array of actions and a linked array of strings. The string would be like the dialogue options, and the actions would be like what those things do. And what those things do every single time is what those things do every single time is point to another dialogue, which is fine, but that's why it feels a little wasteful. So, maybe it could just be an array of data. I'm really like pushing my mind, trying to figure out how to do this before I do it. I feel like I sound like I'm just making up words. That's how I feel I sound. We go into our dungeon. Maybe we could work a little bit on that teleport. What I'm thinking it is, actually, is... a little light. I love this OST. Node, public, OmniLight 3D. Teleport light. We can get rid of... I think we will just, for now, we can comment this out. Then we can have a float. Public float max teleport distance. How would this work? We have to make it visible, but only for as long as you're pressing it. Let's have a bool. Was light active? Light player teleport light. I may do a stream tonight. You should. It's been a long time since you did a live stream. I need another vector 3. Look. At. No, it hasn't. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. You didn't do one yesterday, and you ain't do one the day before. Yes, it has. I'm thinking about how to do this light. Teleport light visible equals true. You're not pressing else. I can't do the daily streams. Damn. 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 Webcam when? Webcam when I fucking get one. I don't know. Wait on a laptop no more. This monitor ain't came with a webcam. I still got the old fit. I still got the old fit. I got the Breen fit. I purchased this recently. I purchased for myself a Breen fit. I got one of these bad boys. I got myself one of these bad boys. With the turtleneck. Mm-hmm. When you're putting on a Santa hat on your character for the holidays, that might be a fun little thing. Just like, I don't know, maybe by the end of the year. How long do I have? A month? I don't know. Do y'all think I can get something that is like layable out within a month? If I can do that, I would totally do like a Christmas release. As a whole Santa themed 3-piece suit, I do. It's not a 3-piece suit, but it is. I do have a whole Santa fit. Ah, what is it? You have 2 days to make a Santa hat and put it on your character's head. I'll do that when the time comes around. But hey, that's a good deadline, is by Christmas. By Christmas, I'd like to have something out that is like obviously nowhere near finished, but something that, you know, is able to boot up on a computer and can be looped through, maybe. We'll see what we can do. Let's see how this looks. So my idea for the light is that you can send it out and then walk. Ah, fuck, I forgot to initialize it. My idea is that you can send it out and you can walk. And it'll keep going the way that it's going. It's going to be an Omnilight at the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. White torus, red cone, white sphere. Eh. Nothing happened. What's going on? Am I not making it visible? Visible equals true. There you go. It's going way too far. Let's try that. Let's make it a big red light. Nobody could possibly miss. Light. You're gonna be bright. And you're gonna be red. I need to make sure I can see you. I'm trying all my power not to use this tick. I can see where it's going now, but it's not behaving the way I want it to. I'm gonna attach a mesh to this thing. A box. Maybe not a box, maybe a prism. I think I made a mistake here. Nexus null dev. What's good, buddy? 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 Y'all already know. I would like for everyone here to welcome our newest moderator. Woo! Woo! Look at him go! Look at him go! Wow. Isn't this just wonderful? Isn't this just wonderful? That is wonderful. I'm so happy about this information. Visible true, top level true. That's true. Let's see if this works better now. Facts. Why? Well, you've simply proven yourself up to the task. Proven that you are worthy of the vast amount of trust that it requires. We need more capable souls, truly. Okay, this is going well. Let's do your... We're just multiplying a whole bunch of things. Look at him go. What a wonderful... I couldn't be happier, frankly. Times delta. Let's do times 2. I need to get back into Godot coding as well. I can't say I recommend Godot, but any programming, all programming is good programming. Why not Godot? It's shilling time. It's time to shill. Why not Godot? Because there is superior technology at our forefingers. There is superior technology. May I introduce raylib? It's shilling time. It supports whatever shitty language you use, whatever you enjoy. It has graphics, it has audio, it has math. It has everything you need. And more! That's why. We have superior technology at our foregrips, at our forefingers. Let's do times 4. Let's multiply that by 4. That's better. The "it has everything you need" argument is easily debunked by needing a toaster. You can make a toaster. You can use it to make a toaster. It has everything you need for toasting. You think, here's the thing, you think you need a toaster. You don't need a toaster, you need toast, don't you? I can't disagree. As a fresh white boy with game, I too need toast. I need a brand new toaster for my bathtub? No. I don't think you need that. I think you're fibbing. I think you're fibbing. Now, minus. Now we can lower its range substantially. We can get rid of this mesh now. We can lower this thing's range. Now that we're out of the, like, debugging phase things. Well, energy, I don't know, 5. Color, let's make it white. You know, apparently that's too much. I went too far. Release the game so I can whine about there not being a sprint key. But you have this. Who needs a sprint key? You have this. Probably gonna replace this later, but I do think it's a nice visual for now. I think actually it's not a bad idea to give it some range. Should it have shadows? Let's see what happens when we give it shadows. Oops. Oof. That was not very pleasant. I don't think shadows are a good idea. As pretty as they do look when they get rendered in. What happened to that other game you were showing us? I think if you're talking about what I was showing you guys a while ago, this is the same game. Y'all want me to boot up that one real quick? It's the same game, I just started over making it. I go root, game, project. Talk about this one. You pay attention, you know, this is the same character. Right? Same lady. You shoot rocket. And AI and stuff. Not all that. And now this is evolution. I like the idea of sending this light out to like see stuff. I always really enjoyed your map making. I feel like I'm not very good at it yet. I need to get better. Now let's do the teleport now. Else if input is action just release teleport. Worst level you made for the Acme game? I liked working on that one too. Didn't you make a castle one too? I made the 2 levels I made for that game. There was a third one that didn't really work out and I didn't get far into it. The two I made were that like there was a castle in the forest level, and then the other one I did was like a cave. Let's see how this works. Player node. Let's see. I feel like you need some way to abort this, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that yet. Also, it's visible by default, which it should not be. I wonder if it would be nice if it like steered with you. Something like this. Y'all think that looks? Y'all think this feels? That makes it more like precise, I think. Like an artificially faster movement speed. I'm liking it. I'm liking this. I'm liking the way this controls. I can imagine you like controlling it and falling off of a cliff, but like because you're good at the game, you know that it's fine. Like that a lot. Okay. Thinking, I'm thinking. Ooh. Another thing I would quite like is I'm thinking about having kind of a cooking mechanic in the game where you have all this meat and you can choose to cook it or not. I'm trying to think about how that would be. I want there to be something in this area that you can spend your time doing, um, kind of just to relax. Hmm. Which I will have to. Okay, someone's texting me. I need to end. I need to end the stream here in just a moment, but maybe I can get something done before. Anything? Model this ladder. It's looking like the next few days are gonna be Re-rigging Slink. Is that girl? Is it that girl? It's not a girl, no. Well, it is a girl. It's not that girl. You know, whatever. So yeah, tomorrow, and I think probably it honestly might take a week. We're gonna be re-rigging and reanimating Slink. We're gonna be kitting her out with some new animations, which hopefully look better than the old ones. Chances are they'll look worse. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. They might look worse, but we'll see. After that, we'll begin working on enemies. I think we'll begin working on, you know, the projectile she shoots, enemies and such. And yeah, we'll see how that all works out. But thank you to everyone who came to the live stream. And yep, that's all I got. That's all I got.